all right. What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Monday Halls Live. We are excited to be here with you and excited that everybody could join us tonight. Looks like we've already got a few people hanging out in the chat. This is Monday Halls Live. This is the first live stream of this week that we're going to be doing. We've got some really cool stuff going on here on the channel that I'm going to share with you just here at the top of the episode so you guys can know what's coming down the pipe. So tonight we've got Monday Halls Live at 10 p.m. Central. This is our weekly web series where we go over the past week to week and a half's worth of comic book pickups. We're going to be going over new books. We're going to be taking a look at some vintage books, both DC and Marvel, sharing with you some books that we've been picking up and why we think they're good ideas to be picking up right now, and also some of the deals that we've gotten on these books. So I can't wait to share those with you. A lot of cool stuff that we've picked up this week. I've got a massive stack that came in from Mr. Comic Fanatic 86. If you're not following him on Instagram and taking advantage of some of the deals that he's got, then you are missing out. That's Comic Fanatic 86, but we're going to get to that in just a second. Also, coming up this week, we've got another episode of the Giveaway Show. That's right, the Giveaway Show is going to be happening this Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Central also. We're going to be streaming live. We'll have a really cool giveaway, and we're also going to be talking about how does Kang the Conqueror match up against some of the best cinematic villains of all time. We're going to be talking through that. I'm going to have the ever-professional Paul Comics with me, and then I'll also have Mr. Collector hanging out as well. He always gives good he's always got good insight and good stuff to go over. And then on Friday, we're going to be doing something a little bit different this Friday. Instead of a top 10 list, we're going to be doing the first of our creator interviews, this time with local comic book creator Geoffrey Cotton. Geoffrey's a really cool guy that I've gotten to know over the past year or so. Lots of independent books. I've showcased his books on this show before. Awful Thoughts, I compare it to those creepy, scary stories you read in the dark books that we all knew growing up. Well, he's got an anthology series that is like that. It's fully funded via Kickstarter. Each issue has been successful and come out. I really enjoyed that first issue. Looking forward to getting some of the others. He's also got some other series called Birds of a Feather, which is like El Mariachi, but with a female lead. End of Man, which is a really cool, funky science fiction take. And then Roseville is his current horror series that just got funded on Kickstarter, and he's going to be sharing that with us, some panels and some stuff from that. So that's going to be on Friday, happening. It's going to be going live on Friday, I think at 10 p.m. Central, but not all the creator interviews will go at that same time. We'll be keeping you in the date. I just today locked in the creator for February's episode, and I'm very excited. I'm very excited about these first two guys that have gotten lined up, and then some of the others that are in the pipe. Man, I can't wait to share them with y'all. But this week, remember, this Friday, we're going to be streaming live the interview with Geoffrey Cotton. It's going to be very podcast style, free roaming. We're going to talk about a lot of different stuff. That episode will run about an hour to an hour and a half. So make sure and check in on Instagram and on YouTube, here on YouTube, so that you can be in the know on when this episode goes live. Right now we're scheduled for 10 p.m. Central, but we may decide to do it earlier in the day. That way more people can watch it and you don't have to stay up late to catch it. So just be keeping an eye out for that creator interview featuring Geoffrey Cotton coming up this weekend. Hey, we also have some of the standard Friday offerings. One of the quickest, fastest growing videos on the channel, the top 10 Punisher comics to add to your collection. Some really cool books here. Make sure and check that out if you haven't already. Also, the top 10 Booster Gold comics to add to your collection. Hey, look, that's just a fun video with some very inexpensively priced books that you can get into. Just a fun one. Really had a lot of fun putting that one together. So make sure you check that out. That one's a little bit slower on the growth, but that's all right because we still love us some Booster Gold. Hey, this is Carlos Collects Comics, and we're excited to be here. And I'm going to go ahead and just pop out and say, hey, It's good to see you guys tonight. I'm glad that y'all decided to join us and spend some time. We're going to be doing a little bit shorter episode. MT is out sick tonight, so make sure and drop him a line. Tell him, hey, we're praying for him and wanting him to get better and feel better. I know it's been going around. I know a lot of people here in town are getting sick, and I've even been kind of fighting something off. So but I do have the ever faithful, always wise, with tons of stuff to share, Michael Presas hanging out with me tonight. Michael, come on out and say hey to everybody.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. And just like Carlos said, I didn't get that much the past couple of weeks, but a lot of it was variants. So I'm going to do a brief history of what the 30 plus years of collecting variants, what it meant to me, what it meant when it first started, and what I experienced before the internet and people chatting and knowing ahead of time. Because back then there was no internet. There was no let me call this guy, because we didn't even have phones back then, not cell phones at least.
Awesome.
So a lot of the stuff was word of mouth, and maybe you might not have seen these, maybe you might not have known of these, but I'll show them my round.
Very cool. Very cool. Hey, let me go ahead and do some. So I'm always excited to have Michael Presas. He's a regular fixture now. I think we'll make the formal announcement maybe next week. But I'm very excited about him being here with us tonight, because he does have. Listen, here's the thing that I've learned about Michael. If you pay attention to the books that he's got both here and on the auction, you will be seriously ahead of the curve. So make sure you watch the books that he's got and that he's going to be sharing. Let me do some chat shout outs, because we got some folks hanging out here in the chat, and I can't wait to say hi to them. All right, I see El Green Machine. What is up, sir? First, like and comment. Good evening to you as well. And that's a reminder, make sure and hit that like button so we get the algorithm kicking. We let people know that we're here and live and streaming. Spider Girl, hello. Is anyone live out there? Can anyone hear me? Is anyone there? Hello. Can anyone hear me? Yes, we see you. We read you. We are getting your signal loud and clear, and we're glad that you're here, Spider Girl. All right, El Green says, hello, Spider Girl. Jonathan Dotson hanging out with us as well tonight. Good to see you. Glad that you're here. El Green has got some of the colorful emoji things going on. Some more inner chat greetings going on here. Oh, hey, look, here's Brooklyn Born 718. Brooklyn, what's up? Good to see you as well. Glad that you guys are here. Let's see, Amazing Spider Flint popping in. Hello, how are you? We're glad that you're here as well. Let's see who else we got here. All right, everybody. Hey, we are glad that you guys are hanging out. Oh, Darth Lucian 88, what's up? How's it in Sweden? That's right. Yep. Hey, we're glad that you guys are all here tonight and hanging out with us. I'm going to go ahead and get us started with a few books that I got. So I shared it a minute ago that I have been taking part in an Instagram claim sale with none other than Mr. Andrew Smolansky. He's appeared here on the show before. He does have his own channel. I think it's Comic Fanatic 86 is his YouTube channel. But he's hung out here with us before, and he does Instagram claim sales on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I am never disappointed with the quality and the variety of books that he's got. So I've been doing some claim sales over the past, I think, 3 weeks maybe, and the shipment finally came in, and it's definitely a shipment. It is not a short stack of books at all. Let me see. I'm just making sure I got all my books here. Okay, so yeah, he sent me over a nice stack of books that I've been accumulating over the past 3 or 4 weeks, and I'm just going to go over that with you. So, because that's what Monday Hauls is. We show off our hauls. We show off why we picked them up. So Terry Dodson had come to Houston for a small local show. Because I think he has known the shop owner for a while. I say shop, but this is one of the biggest local comic shops I know. They have 6 locations across the greater Houston area, and so I have been on to kind of like a minor Dodson kick because I have a feeling that he might reemerge here. I had him autograph some books for me, but one of the first books I picked up from Andrew or from Comic Fanatic 86 was Batgirl number 45 with this gorgeous Terry Dodson cover art here. And so, you can never go wrong with Batgirl. This one was definitely VF condition. It's got one color breaking spine tick, a couple other crimps. Could be pressed, but I'm still glad to have it because it was a bargain of a book to pick up. Also, this is a book that I have become more and more familiar with. And anytime I see a Michael Zeck cover, I pick it up. But this one has interior art by Todd McFarlane. And so I picked up another copy, this time a direct of Daredevil number 241. He's one of those iconic underlit covers that I'm just a big fan of. There's a corresponding Captain America one. So I wanted to add another one of these. If you've watched the Punisher video, the top 10 Punisher video that I dropped 2 weeks ago, this is one of the books that I entered on my top 10 list because it's so inexpensive to get a hold of a copy in very high grade, and both of these are really nice direct copies that I picked up. So Andrew had also had 2 copies of the Punisher, his first ongoing series, Punisher number 4. This is the first appearance of Microchip, the Q for the Punisher. He is the sidekick. He's featured heavily in Punisher War Journal and other books. But this is his first appearance, and he had Comic Fanatic had 2 copies for a very low price, very high grade. So I went ahead and picked those up. Also, as I just dropped it, we also gave one away this past week on the giveaway show. Booster Gold number 2. I finally got my first copy of it, my only copy of it right now. This is the second appearance of Booster Gold, and as I pointed out to people, this book is very inexpensive. And as we've started to see Booster Gold number 1 and Firestorm number 1 start to tick upward, the second appearance of both of those books is very, very easy and very, very inexpensive to come by. So second appearance of Booster Gold right here. And so I have one of those. And now these are going into my personal collection run unless I upgrade to better copies later. But the cool thing was I gave away a copy of Booster Gold number 1. El Green was the lucky winner for that. But he didn't just win number 1 because Weapon X came on as a special surprise guest. And he also gave away number 2, 3, and 4 of the first ongoing series for Booster Gold. So El Green actually has 4 Booster Gold books coming to him, and it's a pretty nice little pickup. So if you haven't watched the video yet, make sure and do so you know some of those other books. This was one that I just really like the cover, and it's not super crispy mint, but again, it was a really good price on it. So this is Fantastic Four number 276, Evening of the Witch. I love this black and white cover on this one. Look at that. I've been snagging inexpensive Fantastic Four books for a while now. I'm really enjoying those.
Now, on that Fantastic Four, what was the reason why you're harping on it? I know
for me, this was a cover buy.
Okay.
Now, I know that it is a key.
It does have a first appearance.
Yes. But for me, when I snagged it, it was a cover buy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Now, do you know who the first appearance is in it?
It's that girl that's shown in the middle. She's supposed to be like Agatha Harkness is
right.
What do you call it? Pupil.
Right. Yep. So we know Agatha's show has been delayed, but it's not been canceled as of right now. Oh, that's cool, Tony Stank. Yes, Tony Stank popping in and saying he remembers this one, buying this one off the stand. He still has it. Yeah. So there's a nostalgia thing too. Hey, let me just say a quick shout out also to God of Grind, Comics Unlimited 666. Good to have you with us tonight. Glad that you're here hanging out. And same to you, Tony Stank. Glad that you're here. And then El Green, of course, very excited about the win. He wants to win again. And we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So, yeah, so I picked this up. But, yeah, it is tied into Agatha Harkness. But I just thought it was a really cool, just really like this black and white
No,
color.
it is. It is. And you know what's funny is I had one that I was trying to sell, but mine was Mark Jewelers dual insert variant.
Wow.
And I could not sell it. So you know what? I'm glad because I'm going to send it to CGC.
Yep. I'm telling you, man, sometimes people they sleep on it. They sleep on it. So, okay, so next up, this was an interesting one. Who knows if anything will ever happen with this, but he's just an interesting character. Sideways #1 is this character's first appearance. He came out of the Dark Knight's Metal series and had a new launch on his character. So this was also very cool. Just another inexpensive, fun pickup. So here's one that I have not ever owned these 4 books in my personal collection. I'd gotten #1 of these for a friend, but I've not owned the 4 of them. So this is in high grade, actually. Gambit #1, the black cover. And then #2. And then #3. And #4. So I thought that was just a cool, fun pickup to add. They were all sold as a set, very inexpensively, and a huge thank you to, I think it was Brooklyn Born, already had a copy or already had a set, and so he graciously bowed out and said, "Hey, let Carlos have it." Brooklyn, these are this is the set. And very nice of him, very, very much appreciated that he did that. So I'm able to have this for the first time in my personal collection. Because like I said, the first one of these that I bought, I gave away to a friend as a gift. But the rest of these, I was excited to add these because I haven't owned them. So I'm looking forward to also maybe reading them at some point here. Last couple books, then I'm going to turn it over to Michael. So if you haven't watched the Peacemaker series on HBO Max, I highly advise you going and doing that. Wherever, however you're able to watch that, I do recommend it highly. Keep in mind, there is a lot of language. There's some sexual content, some nudity, very rough around the edges in terms of like graphic content. However, it has to be one of the best pieces of content that DC has put out, and it was helmed and put together and developed by James Gunn. It was a spin-off from The Suicide Squad, and one of the breakout characters in that, and I'm so glad that he is going to keep them, because every single one of those cast members earned their role to keep their role. So I'm very excited about it, about them moving forward with a season 2. But one of the breakout characters, now he's always been a favorite of mine, but he's just never been utilized in a way that was entertaining. I know that Arrow used Vigilante, that's the character I'm talking about. Arrow utilized Vigilante, the Adrian Chase version, but it just didn't, it just wasn't as, it was just kind of a straightforward, like he was in the comic book. But by taking him in the comedic vein, the way James Gunn did, he's sparked a whole new level of interest in the character. Fortunately, a while back, the first appearance of Adrian Chase's Vigilante, which was New Teen Titans annual number 2, I had gotten that signed via signature series by both George Perez and Marv Wolfman after it was given to me as a gift by my brother. So I have that copy, but I had never picked up his ongoing series. So I decided to go ahead and do that. So I picked up an acclaimed sale from Comic Fanatic 86, Vigilante number 2. I've got number 3. Just vivid, really cool covers on these, and Marv Wolfman did the writing duties on them, so I'm looking forward to reading through them. This is Vigilante number 4. Vigilante number 6. Vigilante number 7. Here's number 10. And then number 11, which is really clean. Like, yeah, just love this cover here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But here's the thing about these. These are typically in back issue bins.
Oh, yeah.
They're super low books, maybe $1 to $2 books, right? Maybe $3, but these are all super high grade, crisp copies. And huge shout out to Andrew, because he always grades conservatively. And so I was glad to get all these from these early books from the run, with Nary a spine tick among them. Yeah, these black covers are super clean. Yeah, nice copies all around. So that's going to bring my first round to an end. But man, hey, lots of fun. That entire stack that I just shared with you all came from about 4 different claim sales. Again, he's at Comic Fanatic 86 on Instagram, and I think he's also doing like a YouTube channel, doing some unboxings and showing off some books and stuff. But you really want to check him out on Instagram. He's got claim sales going right now, and he doesn't just do low-priced books. He's also got some really, really cool books on there, just all over the map. Silver Age, all the way up to modern book. I mean, well, not really modern, but like, the 80s. So lots of cool stuff. So I want to give him a shout out, because he's always super professional, very cool to deal with. So, hey, I'm going to go and pass it on to Michael Presas. Michael, what do you have for us?
All right. Like I said, I'm going to do like variants. Back when I was collecting, you have different types of variants. You have, if you remember, anotheruniverse.com, where they had a catalog and you bought them through them. And they had a lot of company ones. So here's Crimson number 7, their variant. And of course, I got it signed, but it didn't come signed. So they would do variants local in their own shop or whatever you want to call it, and they would sell it pre-order. And then you had stuff like, and the Image was so bad at doing variants, and they really cornered the market of variants, because you had stuff that were polybagged also, Wildcats number 4, because they had a card inside. And the cards were not different. Each one of them had the exact same card, but they did a polybag. It's not a variant, but they just did polybags. And then of course you got Wildcats number 0, which only came if you bought the trade paperback. So it was polybagged with the trade paperback. And it's the only way to get that you could have gotten this issue. Now, if you see somebody selling one raw, you got to tell them, look, I saw that it's polybagged with the trade paperback. So they're trying to sell you something that isn't complete, or, you just got to check some of the stuff. And then of course, you remember Valiant, they did their chromium covers of Ninjak, number 1 chromium. Exo Man of War number 1 chromium. Bloodshot, of course, had a chromium, and you always got to get more than one. And then of course the infamous MT, if you're watching, your Turok had the chromium. I think Turok was first, because I
still need a copy of Turok number 1.
Yeah, they only did a small section. They didn't even do the full cover like they did later. like they did with Bloodshot. This is a full wraparound cover, as a matter of fact. And the Turok, they didn't even give them a wraparound. They didn't even give them a full cover. So, anyways, that was that. And then you had something that was very interesting. They have this was actually a variant. You didn't have to buy. This was not a regular Superman Man of Steel number 30 polybag, but it's do your own cover yourself because the back had little peel offs. They weren't stickers. You could peel them and remove them. They're vinyl clings, just like it said. I don't know, Carlos, if you remember this one.
What?
Yes, this was actually a variant.
Oh wow!
And it was polybag.
That is really cool.
Then you getting into the later or up into the current trend. You had colorless. It was black and white. They call it the sketch variant, and a lot of them were wraparound. And the thing with these was, these still nobody really knew about these, but it came out years later that they were 1 in 10s. But nobody knew that at the time, and it wasn't every single issue that had one. But DC was doing them. This was a wraparound, black and white, and this is a wraparound, black and white. And they just call them sketch covers for some reason. To me, they're not. It's just colorless because it's fully inked. And then what you got now, and then currently is of course, the blank covers. They're variants, and what you're supposed to do is take them to cons and get people your favorite artists to draw on it and everything like that. And that's, John Romita Jr. That's what I did. But DC came back one time and one time only. They made fun of the variant market. So, and then this is another one. Don't be fooled by eBay. Don't go to eBay with this. This is not a variant. Every single one of these has a triple cover. And people on eBay are trying to play it off that it's a error book. It is not. It is not. It's not an error book at all. But they're playing it off on eBay because it was so long ago, and it was only one and done that DC ever did it. And then what I'm going to show you next is, this is kind of like the history of variants with me, because variants were different back then. But Image, what they did was they came out with 9 separate issues, and they made it into a connecting cover. But this was their second attempt. The first attempt, I don't think I have the full set. That's why I didn't bring it out. And then what it was supposed to do was make a big poster image. It was kind of a headache to get, because back then retailers knew, and they told you ahead of time, hey, this book is coming out, it's going to have a connecting cover. They're supposed to be variants, but I think like Glory, they didn't order the regular cover, and the variant just became the regular. And it was 9, and it was 9 of them, and it was a headache trying to track them down. But this was their second attempt. This was the Joe Quesada and Jimmy Palmiotti. The first attempt was the Whilce Portracio. And that one, what they did was they made you jump through hoops. You had some stores were charging you couldn't buy them. You had to buy 3 copies of the regular just to get one variant. And then some stores later on after because I think it was 6 issues to make a poster, they caught on that it was getting, people weren't buying, or maybe, I don't know what the deal was, because again, no telephones, no internet back then. Nobody was really saying, hey, this is garbage. Nobody said anything. So after time, they were just charged, okay, just buy one regular and we'll let you buy the variant. Then it became, hey, just buy this for $1 or $2 more. And then when these came out, I don't even think they even tried. They just upcharge you for the variant. But that's it for me right now. I'll get to what I bought currently after Carlos.
All right, man. That's pretty cool, man. That 9-piece connecting cover. That sounds really fun.
Yeah, it was but it was also a headache because you only had a certain number of stores, and like I said, Image stopped. They quit doing like, I think Supreme. It just became the regular cover because they just gave up with making people buy, because you had to buy 3 to get 1. And they made the customers buy 3 to get 1. But
all right,
hand it off to you.
Cool. I'm gonna take it back over. Just wanted to finish bagging and boarding one. All right, everybody. So hey, thanks for those who are hanging out with us right now tonight. Hey, what's up, Southern Comic Geek? I see you hanging out there in the chat. Louis V, I see you as well. Jonathan Dodson talking about a ton of Image sketch covers from the 90s. Very cool. Hey, Carl's DLR, good to see you, as well as Rafaust Comics. Glad that you guys are all hanging out here, that you've joined. So here's the deal. This is my second round, and this will be I'm only going to do 2 rounds tonight. This will be my second of 2. And so I'm going to share this. So these books were, so the last round, if you're catching this on the rewind, the last round was books that I picked up from Comic Fanatic 86. He's a seller on Instagram. He's got claim sales going. I had gotten a big box from him and am now building another box because it's like I'm addicted. I can't help myself when it comes to his books. He's always got good stuff. So I'm going to shared some vintage books here that I picked up. Some of these are just ones that I said, you know what, I'm just going to pick it up. I don't know if anything will ever, come of it, but I wanted to add it to the stack. So, okay, so this past week, Nightwing number 100, he hit 100 issues from his current series. So they celebrated, DC celebrated that by doing what they always do, which is releasing a literal ton of variants. I don't even know for sure which issue was the A cover on this one. I just know that I picked out ones that I liked, and I picked up doubles of one of them because I might end up doing something with it, like a giveaway or something. So Nightwing, these are all Nightwing number 100 covers that I snagged. This is I guess, I don't know if this is considered a Virgin variant, Michael.
No, I don't think it is.
It's got the logo here,
right,
and it's got the signature of the character here, but it definitely doesn't look like a virginal cover at all. So him and Barbara Gordon are just having some fun there. So just really cool cover. Celebrating their romance. So
yeah, they dated once.
You what?
They dated a while back.
Oh, yeah, no, they've dated multiple times. I have their first date issue signed by Greg Land. That Birds of Prey number 8, which is a cool one. Okay, so then also Nightwing number 100. Okay, I think this is actually, you know what happened? Okay, so my LCS put this in the bag backwards because it's a wraparound cover. I think this was, no wait, this was also a variant. So this is the variant by Jamal Campbell. Here's the front cover, and it's the one that's got his logo around to the back. It's a really cool wraparound showing all his different iterations of costumes. Here, like all the different identities. It's even cool that he dropped in there from the time that he was Batman, right there at the corner, right here. That's a really cool one. So that is the Jamal Campbell variant, the wraparound variant. Thought that one was excellent. Then I could, of course, I could not pass up, being the Jim Lee fan that I am, I could not pass up picking up the Jim Lee variant here. So, of course, if I get a chance, this, because Nightwing is one of my top 3 favorite comic book characters of all time. So I will be trying to get a signature from Jim Lee for this one if he comes back through Texas. And then this one was just a really cool cover. I did not find the color cover. I only was able to find a couple of copies of the black and white. But this is the George Perez homage design variant. So this was really cool because it took George Perez's art, because George Perez was the co-creator of Nightwing, of the Nightwing identity for Dick Grayson. So it took several pieces of art by him from different pieces of from different times, including this piece of art right here of Dick Grayson as Nightwing, the big one. This is actually from the cover of his first appearance, which is Tales of the Teen Titans number 44. They just did it in black and white instead, and removed it from everything else. So this George Perez design variant, this homage, here it says, it's got his signature, but it says in loving memory of George Perez. So I went ahead and picked this up. I picked up a second one, hoping that maybe if I find someone that has a spare color, because there's a color version of this that I'd like to have. If somebody has an extra one and wants to trade because they didn't get the black and white, I'd love to do that, just a 1-for-1 trade. So just let you know that. Last few books here to share. I've got, so I've also been on a Deadman kick because I think he's I featured him in my top 12 list of DC characters that you should be paying attention to. So there was a 4-part miniseries. I think it was his first self-titled. Michael, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is from 1986. I found issue number 3, and then I also found issue number 4 of his miniseries here. So I went ahead and picked those up because I'd like to put all 4 of them together for the PC. And then I also came across in another local comic shop, a new one I hadn't been to. He had a bunch of books there. So this one is pretty tattered, but it's Silver Age. It's pretty tattered, but it's Silver Age. It's Strange Adventures number 210. And as you know, Deadman's first appearance, which is up there on the shelf, was 205. So this is very early on in his appearances. But this was Strange Adventures number 210. It was only $5. So DC Silver Age, $5. Early appearance of Deadman and part of one of his early stories. Yeah, I'm always going to drop that one. The same thing, I've also highlighted Dial H for Hero. This is another really rough book, but again, it's DC Silver Age from House of Mystery when they featured Dial H for Hero. So that was another $5 pickup. And then this one, I don't even know if this still classifies as a comic book. It's so torn up. I haven't pulled it out of the bag for fear that it might just completely disintegrate in my hands. But the Atom and Hawkman number 40 another 12 center from DC. I said, yeah, I'm not gonna for $2. I'm not gonna pass it up. So,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, super cool to pick up. Last two books I'll show, and then I'll pass it back over to Michael. These were my two bigger finds from that new local comic shop, which I'll definitely be going back to, but I'm not going to mention it because I don't want anybody to know where it is. So because there's still a lot of stuff in there. Daredevil number. I've been building my Born Again run from the classic Daredevil storyline, and I'll be spotlighting it next month. I'll be doing a top 10 Daredevil list for the channel. So this is Daredevil number 227. This is at least a 9.0. I just wish it has, Michael, it has like a little bit of like a miswrap going on there.
Oh yeah, they can fix. Prestige can fix that.
No, he can't fix that because the staples are not on the.
Oh really? Yeah, I sold my copy too soon. But again, mine was of course Mark Jewelers.
Yeah,
and it was probably a 7.0.
Yeah, these like I said in the video that's going to drop, and I've said I think before, these books are still out there in back issue bins because people don't know the covers yet, and these are easily going to turn into $15 to $20 books a piece, but they're still going for relatively low, for very low.
And you got the Twin Towers on there too.
Oh yeah, I didn't even realize. Oh man, wow.
Because even with that, even with what you're saying, just because it has the Twin Towers, you got people looking for books like that too.
That's right.
Another niche market of what people do.
So this is going into the PC. Another fun book. Last book I picked up. This is one I've had my eye on multiple copies, and I found a good price on it at this same comic shop. Now, sadly, it is a mid-grade. It's got some like little chipping top right corner, but apart from that, after a good clean and press, like I'm putting it at a 6.5 right now, but I think it could hit a 7. Because the chipping on the top is very minimal in this top corner. But this is Iron Man number 120. Bonus point to the chat if anybody can tell me what key book, like why is this a key book right here? So Michael, do you know?
Nope.
No? Okay, this is a pertinent book. This is one that you should be picking up if you can, especially in high grade. If you come across it in the back issue bin for under $20, you need to be snagging it. All right, anybody in the chat? Anybody know? I'm kind of surprised. People are searching it right now. It's Iron Man number 120. I bet you if I said I was giving it away, people would be answering like that, like lickety split. No, I'm not giving it away. I'm not going to give this one away right now. All right, so this is Iron Man number 120. It's the first appearance of Justin Hammer. Justin Hammer, no, not because it was a Perez cover. This is actually a Bob Layton cover. Bob Layton, fantastic guy, very nice. And no, this was not their first team up by far, Submariner Iron Man, because remember, they were from back in the Silver Age. Now, this is the first appearance of Justin Hammer. He was the character played by Sam Rockwell to perfection in Iron Man 2. So Sam Rockwell is coming back as Justin Hammer for the Armor Wars feature film. And we already know that. I'm sorry?
They're also thinking of putting them in. Damn, I just had the name.
Thunderbolts?
Yeah, Thunderbolts.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, when you have an actor like Sam Rockwell, they would be crazy to not bring him back. So yes, absolutely, they're gonna. We're gonna see a lot more of Justin Hammer. And if you haven't watched Iron Man 2, it was a lot of people were very critical of it, but I thought that one of the absolute highlights was Sam Rockwell's Justin Hammer, and it's a shame that he didn't get more screen time and that we haven't seen him before now. Well, no, actually, we did see him. We saw him in that one shot, the Hail to the King one shot, the little Marvel short film. So,
Mm-mm.
Invincible Iron Man number 120, first appearance of Justin Hammer, plus a cool Submarine versus Iron Man cover by Bob Layton. So this, it's a really cool cover. I'm not, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good one to have too, El Green, the first appearance of Mobius. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so you make sure if you come across this one for under $20 in the back issue bin, absolutely pick it up. Absolutely. If it's under $10, regardless of grade, this one I just snagged it for under $20 and was very happy to grab it and add it to my Armor Wars section of my collection. So hey, that is my that is the wrap on my stack of books here. I'm gonna go and pass it over to Michael, and then he's gonna bring us home. So Michael, what else you got?
Well, from the last week, I picked up the Hulk number 11, continuing the Ryan Otley before he leaves.
Oh yeah.
And then also the same thing, Avengers with Aaron exiting soon too. So he's leaving Avengers after, I think, is it 60? I think it's 66. And then, like I said, the reason why I did the connecting covers and variants was this I showed last time. I picked this up 2 weeks ago. This was the finishing up the connecting cover. This came out last week. Let's see. There you go. And DC, they did the same thing. No, I can't do it without. There you go. So this was the John Boy Myers covers. But not only that, they did what they did. This is the Jack White from the White Stripes.
Oh, you
and
got
the
one.
Variant. I think it's the D cover.
Yeah, that was the B cover, but
D.
Man, that thing is going nuts on eBay.
Yeah, I think it's a D cover.
Is the D cover?
Yeah, because this was Carlos.
Yeah.
This was A and B, C, and then D. These are all the same issue.
Who's on the other connecting cover with Power Girl? Who is that though? I can't.
Huntress.
Oh, okay.
This is a connecting cover, John Boy Myers. There it goes.
Nice. I need that Power Girl. Started a Power Girl section of the collection.
Yeah, and then hopefully next time or whatever, I still got this bad boy that I haven't opened up. I've had it for 2 weeks now, and I still haven't opened it.
Why haven't you opened it?
And it's mine. I mean, I'm patient. I mean, I don't know what's in it, but they're mine and they're paid for, so I can wait a whole nother month if
I love the idea, Michael, of you buying books. I love it when I've bought books, because this happens to me too. When I've bought books and I get them and I'm like, who is this? Where did I get this book from?
Well, see, I'm waiting for books from let's see, 18 months, 19. I think we're going on 22 months that I'm still waiting on books coming back from CGC. So I don't know if that's part of it, because I'm still waiting from CGC. And if you all know Edwin Price, he'll tell you the whole story of him and CGC, but I'm waiting longer than him.
Edwin Price has a vendetta. That man is not allowed to visit the state of Florida.
And then I'm also, I bet. And then I'm also waiting on some books that I think we're going on 8 months. 8 months waiting. Both of them Dallas Comic Con. I don't know what it is with Dallas. I got all my books back from Terry Dodson.
Fan Expo Dallas or Dallas Comic Con?
Fan Expo Dallas.
Okay.
2021 and 2022.
That's been a while, brother. That has been a while.
Yeah, Gail Green. I forgot what's in it. I don't know which Comic Con this box is from. But yeah, you're right.
Yeah, are you gonna do? What do you want to do? A live opening?
Do we have time? I can wait because
we're not tonight. I was gonna say we need to do it top of the show for next week.
Yeah, I can do it next week.
It's been a while since we've done a CGC unboxing. See if we can drag Comic Tracks out from the doldrums of pressing. He apparently has promised the entire country that he's going to press their books for free. Or something. I don't know. According to Paul.
He's doing what?
I'm joking.
You have to be.
Well, you remember Paul's Is this a troll?
It's gotta be.
Hey, look, listen, REN, you definitely get points for originality, but yeah, I'm still gonna put you in timeout because I don't know about Julie Andrews and panties and whatever. I don't know. All right, let's see. You got your own mystery. El Green says you got your own mystery box because you forgot what's in it.
Yep.
Spider Girl says it's a troll. Yeah, possibly, but hey, look, we're always fun. We always have fun with trolls when they come in. We welcome them in with open arms and say, "Come on in and have a seat. Say hello." Go to subscribers only. Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I know all the other channels have gone to it, so I don't know. Maybe I should too, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. All right, guys. Well, hey, so you got that on the books for next week, then, Michael. That needs to be the first thing you do. First round, first thing. Open it up and bust it out. And Michael, you can't open it ahead of time, so you got to be surprised on air with us.
Man, if it's not a 9.8, I don't even know.
All right. Hey, so everybody that is here, thank y'all so much for being here in the chat. Michael, thank you for being here tonight and for hanging out with us. You want to say final thoughts and shout outs?
Well, I mean, like I said, I don't know if y'all remembered or liked my little history tour, but back then, like I said, before cell phones, internet, previews was given away for free, so you could look it up and ask your comic store for them. And a lot of times nobody knew. Like the image books, everybody knew. All the stores knew, and they told you ahead of time. But everybody knows the first variant was the Man of Steel by John Byrne. Nobody knew. Nobody was told. You just were lucky to pick one off the shelf, and then they still didn't tell you, hey, that's a variant. It came out. It was years and years later that they actually told you, hey, that's the variant. Oh, wow, I got it. And it just started slowly, just something that just started, and it's still part of comics today. Variants.
I think variants are cool and a lot of fun. So it's always good to see some of them. I've tried to cut back on them, to be honest.
Oh yeah, it's gotten out of hand again. Yes.
Yeah, but that being said, man, there are some sick variants out there. Like I'm doing more cover buys now than I ever have before, and so yeah.
It's hard. I think the same thing. I'm not going to buy, such and such book. Then when you see it on the shelf, it's like, oh damn.
So, all right. Well, thank you, Michael. Thanks for being here. And yeah, El Green, I got you. I will. I promise I will hit you up this week, and we will talk. Thank you for that, Spider Girl. Thank you for that reminder to everybody to make sure and sub up the channel. We've enjoyed hanging out with you guys. This is Monday Halls Live. This is our chance to share our pickups, our comic book pickups from the past week to week and a half. Make sure and drop MT a line on Instagram. Let him know that we're thinking about him. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and say a quick prayer for him because I want him to get to feeling better. I know he's got a lot on his plate right now, and I know that there is sickness going around. So I want to make sure that everybody, stays healthy. A couple quick reminders for you. Remember, this Friday, we'll be doing a live stream featuring Joffrey Cotton. He's the creator of Awful Thoughts, Birds of a Feather, Roseville, and End of Man. We're going to be going in depth into some of his titles, showing some of the books off, and that's going to be a really cool live stream. We will take questions from the audience for some of his work. So make sure you tune in for that. Watch the Instagram page with a specific time. We will be doing that, I think, at 10 p.m. Central. So 10 p.m. Central, we'll be doing the creator interview. And then I just today secured the person we're going to interview for February, and I'm very excited. Really cool writer. He had an independent book that came out that I really enjoyed, but I'll get to that as soon as we wrap up Joffrey's interview. So looking forward to it. And then, if you haven't checked out the top 10 Punisher comics video that I dropped, make sure and do so. Also, there's the top 10 Booster Gold comics to add to your collection. Both great books to be a part of, or both great lists to pick up. Make sure, one more time, hit that thumbs up if you haven't already. And from me and Michael, we wish you a happy night or a good night, and hope that you guys go. Oh yeah, I like the Mask books as well. But we've enjoyed being here with you guys and hanging out. This is Monday Halls Live, and we're saying good night to you. Have a great night. Keep collecting those comics, and we will see you.